Quotations are for people to think. In 10 to 15 words, quotations could sometimes have a greater impact than does a standard length sermon of 30 minutes. About quotations, Bennett Cerf said this: "A drop of ink makes thousands think." Wise quotations are like great men talking to us. They left their wisdom and experience in quotations for us to follow. They are unique. They are written with long years of experience as the writers travel through many phases in their lives. Someone has said, a quotation is a short sentence with a long experience. During this meditation, we'll consider the wise sayings of some great theologians, writers, poets, and thinkers about the birth of Jesus Christ. Let me begin with three quotations of St. Augustine of Hippo. First, Jesus Christ became what we are, that we might become what he is. Secondly, the answer to the mystery of the universe is God, and the answer to the mystery of God is Christ. And thirdly, God has humbled himself, but man is still proud. Then we listen to a few more other quotations of great thinkers. One of the greatest evangelists who ever lived is Dwight L. Moody. He was an American evangelist and publisher. Referring to St. John 3:16, God so loved the world that he gave his only son, he said, "If I can impress upon people what St. John meant by God's love in these words, I will take that single text and walk up and down the earth proclaiming this glorious truth." Selwyn Hughes, the Welsh Christian minister, best known for writing the daily devotional Every Day with Jesus, was asked in a radio interview, "You go around the world preaching. What do you have that other religions do not have?" Prompt came the reply from Selwyn Hughes, "I have Jesus Christ. The Word became flesh." An unknown author wrote, "The only person in history who was able to choose where he was to be born chose a stable." Another unknown author wrote, "I believe in the incarnation because it is impossible." C.S. Lewis was a British author, literary scholar, and Anglican lay theologian wrote, "The Son of God became the Son of Man, so that sons of men may become sons of God." Benjamin Franklin, the American writer, scientist, inventor, statesman, and diplomat wrote, "How many observe Christ's birthday? How few his precepts?" An unknown author wrote, "Christ always identified himself with the least, the last, and the lost." George MacDonald was a Scottish author, poet, and Christian minister, and he wrote, "They all were looking for a king, to slay their foes and lift them high. Thou camest a little baby thing that made a woman cry." An unknown poet wrote, "There was a knight of Bethlehem, whose wealth were tears and sorrows. His men at arms were little lambs, his trumpeters were sparrows." Martin Luther, the German priest, theologian, author, hymn writer, and professor wrote, "Take hold of Jesus as a man, and you will discover that he is God." He also wrote in a poem, "Were earth 1,000 times as fair, beset with gold and jewels rare, she yet were far too poor to be a narrow cradle, Lord, for thee." William Hendrickson, the New Testament scholar and writer of Bible commentaries, said, "It was to save sinners that Jesus Christ came into the world. He did not come to help them to save themselves, nor to induce them to save themselves, nor even to enable them to save themselves. He came to save them." John Boyce, the priest, wrote, "In the creation the Lord made man like himself, but in the redemption he made himself like man." Thomas Merton, the American writer, theologian, mystic, poet, and scholar of comparative religion, wrote, "The ox and the ass understood more of the first Christmas than the high priests in Jerusalem, and it is the same today. Anthony of Padua wrote, "The Son came out from the Father to help us to come out from the world. He descended to us to enable us to ascend to Him." The English Bible teacher A.W. Pink wrote, "We are not saved by our giving. We are saved by God's giving." May the Lord help us to learn more about the mystery of incarnation through these valuable quotations. May God bless you. Amen.